I got it good this time. Okay. All right. We're good.
Okay.
We're having another guest coming in too. Let me mute so I don't yell. And all right, sorry. What was I?
All right. So this is, I think we said we were
Okay.
going to talk about the games of the fall,
Yes.
right?
Upcoming games.
Right. Now,
What are you guys most excited about? I mean, last time I talked about how I did pre-order a PlayStation 5, so I'm really excited for Spider-Man, Miles Morales. That one for sure.
um, I I wanted to be more excited over Cyberpunk, but they are working really hard. They're working very hard to make sure I'm not excited about that game.
What's going on with that? I've been hearing a little bit about it, but not too much.
I
So
think,
go ahead, Christopher.
yeah, I'll go. So from what I've heard of it, it's that recently, after a few different time constraints, they've now gone into a mandatory crunch time a month before the game comes out. So that's probably just one of the big ones. But there's been like a lot of news recently about it. It's hard to pinpoint the exact thing.
Yeah, that's about what I heard, like that they were going into mandatory crunch to make this game. And I'm at this point just like delay it. It's all right. I mean, I want developers to be happy and live full lives. And I
What's
don't
the
want
delay? Is it because they can't get it going on PS4 or Xbox or like?
I think it just COVID set the schedule back, and then they're trying to compensate by going into crunch.
Oh. Now is Keanu Reeves in that? Is he in that one?
I
Yeah.
think that's yeah. He was
He is.
Wake Up Samurai. We've got a city to burn.
Okay.
Yeah, that's him. He's one of the big people in the game. And like,
Mhm.
I mean, I feel like Miyamoto already answered the question of crunch
Mhm.
like 20 some odd years ago
Mhm.
with, a bad game
Mhm.
is bad forever. Like,
Yeah, that's true.
but, like a good game, if it takes a little longer, it'll be good forever. So just take the extra bit of time. Don't try to
I'm
wait.
okay with it. I'm always okay with waiting. Yeah, it sucks, but whatever. That's okay with me. I am excited for. I don't know if you guys see. I'm a big Nintendo fan. Well, I'm a video game fan in general, but I'm big on Nintendo. Did you guys see the Game and Watch handheld, specifically just Super Mario?
Yeah,
Mhm.
That one I'm
big.
really excited about.
Yeah. Honestly, on my front, I'm just kind of sad that a lot of the stuff that they're bringing for the 35th anniversary is going to be limited time. I just don't see a good reason for it.
What's going on with that? I don't understand the reason. Is it marketing? I don't understand why I heard about that. But
Like, I can get it almost for the battle royale game, the 31, I think it was, or was it just 30? It was basically just Mario Bros. 1, but kind of in a style like
yeah,
Tetris 99.
yeah, I saw that.
That I can kind of get why they would make it a limited time because they're running that most likely themselves for what I believe was a free game.
Mhm.
It's not like they're making money off of it, so I can understand that at least why they'd make it limited time. But things like the 3D All Stars release, I don't really get why they'd make that a specific time bound. Past this date, we're not selling it anymore, type of thing. Because
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't think artificial scarcity is a really good thing.
Mhm.
Because we've seen that with amiibos especially, and a lot of people really hated early amiibo releases because there weren't enough of them, so people would just buy them out, and that's why some of the old ones now can cost like $100.
Yep. I remember I got my gold Mario amiibo, and I thought I was like, oh man, I'm gonna be rich now. But I don't even know where it is anymore. I don't know. And I remember when they first came out, they had was it the double, like the one that was worth a lot of money was like double cannon Samus. Did you guys ever see that one?
Yeah, error in
It was
the
an error, yeah. So I was always on the lookout for that. that never happened. Yeah. Dimitri, is your name Gus or what's going on?
I told you I can't change it. This
We don't need
Chromebook.
excuses here, man. We don't need
All right.
excuses, all right?
Whatever.
We're talking about upcoming games, what we're looking forward to playing.
Yeah, you looking forward to anything in particular?
Me,
You're
probably
big
just
on,
Assassin's
you're big
Creed.
on golf, right? Soccer, is that tomorrow?
No. New Assassin's Creed Valhalla. That's like the only title I'm looking forward to. But yeah,
For what? For Xbox One?
yeah, probably. I think it'll come out for the Xbox One, but I think when new gen comes out, they'll carry it over. Yeah. What about you guys?
I gotta say, personally, my two big ones are that new Demon Souls remake.
Oh yeah.
Looks fantastic, honestly. Just
Oh
like comparing it to the original Demon Souls looks like comparing just it's just worlds apart, and it just looks beautiful. And I really hope that it plays a similar way to how it looks.
yeah.
And the other thing is probably Halo Infinite, because I'm a big Halo nerd at times. So, I just think it looks really interesting. It looks like a nice fusion to me of new and old, and I'm personally just really excited to see how it turns out.
Me too. I'm big on Halo myself.
And
Yeah.
I really respect them for saying like, hey, this product is not where this product needs to be. We're just going to let it cook in the oven a little bit more. You've got a ton of games to play on this system. When it's right, it'll be right. There's no need to push.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm like I said before, I'm okay with waiting. Especially like I remember when was it last year when they delayed Metroid 4, saying they're starting from scratch again. I don't know if you guys do remember that.
Yes, I do remember that. I'm fine.
Me too. I'm okay.
Well, they could help by putting out the trilogy on the Switch. That'd be great. Just
Oh God, oh my God, that'd be awesome. I'd be so happy with that. I do have the trilogy on the Wii. If you guys remember that one.
So,
Yeah.
Amy, is there anything in particular you're looking forward to in the fall?
So I'm really looking forward to the Cyberpunk release. Again, I don't mind if it gets pushed back. I've waited an extra year for Animal Crossing, so I don't mind waiting for this either. But that's what I'm really looking forward to. And I'm pretty sure the other one, I saw like Super Mario Sunshine is back, I guess, on the Switch. So I'm excited to play that because I was never able to get through it as a kid because it was just a little too hard. For like 12-year-old me, and so now I'm excited to go back and play it and maybe actually get past like some of the levels that I remember really tripped me up. So
awesome
yeah.
game. Awesome game.
Yeah.
Speaking of Cyberpunk, that's a Cyberpunk Xbox One controller. That's how crazy I am.
Oh man,
It
I
is
can't say
really-
anything.
Yeah.
I've got like the baby from Death Stranding in my condo right now. Like,
Yeah.
I had to have it. I was like, yes, give me the child. That's the closest a child will come to my home.
Yeah.
Um,
I've never really pulled the trigger on like a really nice limited edition game. That one I saw when I saw that came out. That looked nice. I'm like, maybe yes, maybe no. I didn't do it.
Now, one game I just realized is coming out, like Watch Dogs Legion. Like, if they can pull that off, like this entire idea of just kind of the floating, like no actual main character, like you just have people with different like jobs and things, and you can kind of the different members of the group you get to control. Like, it sounds a little pie in the sky, but if it works, oh man, I think that could be a lot of fun. And hopefully 100% less driving sections, which was the thing that turned me off of like Watch Dogs 1. Like, I want to hack things. I do not care about Aiden Pierce's ability to drive a car. I don't. You can't make me care. Man. See, it also, like I was hoping we were getting a Ratchet and Clank for the PS5. Like that was going to be my big launch title.
Like
But I don't
launch?
think we,
Yeah.
but I don't think we are. Like
No.
they've shown clips, but they've not given a date. And I'm like, oh, okay.
I'd love a Ratchet and Clank. That would be
Oh.
amazing. I
It's
love it.
I love it.
that's one of my favorite series. I don't know what it is about that Lombax, but like it's just like
We love him.
you know.
Yeah.
Will I get to a disco ball again? I hope so. Like, you know.
So that'll probably be delayed till next year, right? Or sometime next year it'll come out.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's probably gonna get at this point. I'm thinking a delay of some sort. There's another game here. Oh, Hyrule Warriors. Oh man,
Oh yeah, no, the new Age of Calamity.
Age of Calamity. Look, that one looks like
Mhm.
it's a Dynasty Warriors game again,
Yeah.
but I think it's more entrenched in like being the prequel to Breath of the
Breath of the
Wild.
Wild. Yeah.
Yeah, like you get to play young Impa.
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah.
Sure. All right. I'm there.
I can't wait.
Crazy what 100+ years does to someone, honestly.
In an oppressive regime under Ganon, like Calamity Ganon, it just gets like that. Like you're just like, oh, we're out. Michelle, is there anything this fall you're excited? Oh,
Are
are
you,
you with us?
Michelle? Somebody help her. Somebody call. Call 911.
Here she comes.
There she is. Okay.
I think there's too much pressure there.
Maybe not.
I guess we can move topic for a moment then. What do y'all think about the Smash reveal coming tomorrow?
Wait, there's a Smash reveal tomorrow?
Yes.
Good Lord, what did I miss? Let me look up right now.
October 1st at 10 a.m. Eastern time. So 9 o'clock for us.
Okay. All right.
What's
Like I think they need kind of a shot in the arm. Wouldn't hurt right now. Just get people excited about it again.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like Min Min was a really weird character for them to basically go into quarantine on, because it was an interesting character, but it wasn't really like a super enjoyable character. And I feel like it kind of like broke the, I wouldn't say format for the DLC fighters, because some of them were strong picks because they were just like really out there picks. Like Joker like completely opened the floodgates on what could get into Smash, really, just as long as you had a game on a Nintendo console. And then Banjo was like the callback to older players and fans, like just kind of opening like what you're on really doesn't matter, and what and like the age of the series doesn't matter. And I feel like Terry kind of filled that role to an extent too. But I think like Terry and Hero were much more like fun picks. Like, oh, well, this character, spin the wheel, what happens? Or, like all of Terry's fun combos and all that. And then Byleth was there because new Fire Emblem game. But then Min Min came in, and it was like, it wasn't really a pick that a whole lot of people wanted, and it wasn't exactly like it's different, but it's not so much like fun in being different. It's more just different because it's different. And I don't know, it was a weird character to go into then everyone being forced to play online only for, personally. It's like, it's been how many months now?
Was that March or April that was announced?
I think April.
Yeah.
Sometime around there. So we've been like basically 6 months with the newest character being just that. And I feel like definitely if it fits either like someone people really wanted or someone who's just really fun, I feel like it will kind of like bring a bit of life back into the community.
I think part of the issue is like the rumors around people were talking Doom Guy, they were talking,
Dante from
Devil May
honestly,
Cry.
honestly, those are my two big picks. Like either giant buff super soldier who just so amazingly totally different from everything else in the game. I think that would be amazing. Or just Dante because it's Dante. What is the?
I will be the first to say, as much as I like Dante, I think I have enough people with swords in this game. Thank you very much. Like,
Okay,
since
but how many of them can put on a cowboy hat?
I mean, they could if they wanted. Like,
They could.
I'm good. I am good. Like,
Yeah, I just feel like the more options a character has, I feel like the sword doesn't matter so much because like there's a lot of swordies that are different and really just the sword is just the means of how they attack someone. Uh like I guess like the easiest example is someone like Roy or Violet. Even from the same series in that game, they just play so wildly differently. And I just like I don't know. It's weird. Like it's a sword. Two people with swords can still be very different. It depends a lot on what else is there.
there is a game that just came out that I'm looking forward to getting for the Switch. It's on PC too, but I'll probably just do Switch. Paradise Killer. It's kind of a murder mystery on this island, and it's got a really cool like art aesthetic. I'm gonna link it in the chat because it's really fun. It's like there's a board game I play, Sherlock Holmes Consulting Detective, and this is like adjacent to that. In a way where you're going around, you're asking questions, you're trying to solve a mystery. And I think, there you go, I sent to everybody so you can see it. I think it's worth giving a look at if you like that sort of thing. So a thing I did want to ask though, like I know we talked about like what's coming out, but what did like this, we had a little bit extra time, maybe not, I don't know, during like the kind of summer vacation. What were people playing? Like, what did you play on your summer vacation?
You mean my COVID vacation?
I was trying to keep it positive.
Man.
That's why I used the word
Where to
summer. I tried to keep it positive with the word summer and not bringing the other thing. But
Listen, before this thing hit,
Extended summer vacation.
yeah,
extended.
exactly. Before this thing hit, I was working every single day. I worked, from home, but I actually got a chance to start playing things. So I played things that you guys probably might not agree with, but I always wanted to play them. So, well, I know you knew I played this not too long ago, which was okay. I didn't think it was like the best one ever, but Mass Effect Andromeda.
Yeah, I heard a lot of mixed things about the game. Although I haven't played it myself, so I don't really have a leg to stand on.
Yeah, it was okay. Was it the best one? No, not so much, but I liked it. What else did I play? I played a little bit of Bloodborne for PS4.
Oh yeah, no, Bloodborne's amazing. I can be clear on that. That game is
That was awesome.
outstanding.
Yeah. And then I do a lot of like Switch games. Like lately, I don't know. Not lately, but before. What else was I was playing Burnout Paradise for the Switch.
Okay.
That's one of my favorite racing games. Dimitri, do you like that game?
I do. I love that game. We used to. I think when I was younger.
Yeah.
I think I played it with you. Yeah, I remember that one. That one was fun.
Well, let me tell him a story.
Oh, no.
So, Dimitri, for those of you who don't know, he's my brother-in-law, and we played it back in the day, like when it came out. I forgot what year it came out, but Dimitri was about 11 or something like that. So we're playing PS3. I'm like, it's a safe game for kids. I'm just a race car game, but some clowns, if you will, on because you could play it online, all right, would put graphic images for their like avatar. So I'm not going to tell you what it was, but I quickly exited. Like I was like, no, we're not going to do any of that. So Dimitri, he was a young kid. He's like, what was that? I'm like, no, it was nothing. Nothing. Don't worry about it.
That's
And you're still trying to find that guy, right?
Yeah.
Still trying to find him?
I added him.
I tell you, like it's like I hear about some of these really good like online communities, and I just like you want to dip your toe in, but then I just remember like my early interactions online with children I've never met telling me things about my mother that I did not know, and I would have to call
I
her and be
remember
like,
that.
excuse me, did you? Oh, you've never met like Mad Skills 1342. You never met. Oh, okay. I thought you had a more, serious relationship. Apparently not. Yeah.
You never met Scary Jerry?
Yeah, like you don't know him. Like, that seemed to be close.
I remember once we were playing Halo. Me and my brother and friends, we used to play Halo, and we used to rile up these kids so bad. And the one kid's like, "Oh man, I'm gonna come to your house. I could get your IP address. I'm gonna come over. I'm gonna knock on your door, and I'm gonna kill you." And I'm like, "Oh, so you're gonna knock on my door because you're polite?" Those were the days, man. Those were the days.
What about you, Amy? What did you play during this extended summer vacation?
A lot of Animal Crossing. I love Animal Crossing, so I've been playing that a lot. I took a break to play Outer Worlds, which I hadn't played before. I was a big fan, really fun. And I started playing it right before the DLC came out, like back in early December or September. So playing a lot of that. Just like, I like to play like games that I don't have to think too much about right now. So like Katamari Damacy reroll, like that's really fun. It's just like, can do it and like I don't get mad at it and I don't have to like engage a ton, which has been really helpful for me personally. But yeah, Outer Worlds is the big one. Still working through it too, so I'm loving it.
Yeah, that's I think another Obsidian game, right?
Yeah.
Like kind of in the Fallout style. Which
Yeah, a lot less. I'm playing it on story mode. I'm not into like first person shooter kind of thing, so I'm definitely playing on like the lowest. I'm more into like the dialogue and stuff, so I'm playing on story mode, but I like it because I've played some of Fallout and it's just so much shooting of people and I'm not interested in that. So Outer Worlds has been fun because it's like a lot less of like shooting and like the map doesn't seem as big, so it's a little more accessible.
Are you playing it on the Switch?
No, on the PS4.
Okay. All right.
yeah,
I guess you can go first.
Oh, go ahead, Christopher. Go ahead.
All right. I have there's a long list, but I guess some of like the big points where I was playing a lot of Titanfall 2, Persona 5 Royal. Let's see. Let's go down the list. I played quite a bit of Dead by Daylight. Let's see. I finally picked up Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition recently, so
Nice.
that. I don't know. It's hard to remember everything now that I'm trying to think of it all. I don't know. I've just been kind of playing a lot of different things.
That's kind of what I was doing. That's what I was doing, the same thing.
Yeah.
Going through a bad.
Keeping things mixed up has helped.
Now, I saw you threw in because you talk about Persona 5 Royal and Xenoblade, and those are both good games. But I know they're also time sinks, right? Those are 40 hours.
Gigantic time sinks. No.
Did you finish either one? Did you finish both?
I have definitely not finished Xenoblade yet, but I have pretty much finished Royal. I think my save file in Royal now currently says 120 hours. So yeah, no, I've put in time.
I get the draw because those games I've loved so much, and I gravitated. I played a little bit of Xenoblade Chronicles during this, and I got about 70 hours in of just one side quest to the next side quest, and I guess I should advance the story a little bit, and it was almost a trap. Like I was just like, oh no, like I don't have the energy to just go over the line because I spent so much time trying to find these like 3 mushrooms in this cave where I had to go fight this monster multiple times for it to drop. Please drop this thing. And like, all right, well, on to the next game. And like I've got Persona 5 Royal sitting on my PS4, and I'm like, not yet. I'm not. No, I can't.
Not emotionally ready yet.
I can't give it the time it deserves. I can't give it the time it deserves. I did, though. You talked about Outer Worlds. There's a game, The Outer Wilds, which the 2 games keep getting mistaken for each other. And it's weird because they sound just alike. But if you like that sort of story-driven game, it's out on the PS4. You play a member of an alien race who has access to space travel and has just joined this kind of space program, and you're going to search within your solar system to discover 2 very important things. One, 30 minutes into the game, the sun explodes and wipes everyone out. 2, you somehow keep coming back to 30 minutes before this event happens, and they just kind of let you go. You figure out what's going on.
Nice.
Oh man, and it's so like my girlfriend and I just sat like and playing it, and like we would go like, all right, so this happens on this planet because you have events that happen at certain times, and it's clever. Like when you come up with the solution, you just feel like, oh man, I figured this thing out, and without being too frustrating. And it was probably like finishing that game off was probably one of my favorite game experiences this year. Like when we got to the end and it was just like, look at us.
Awesome. I'll check it out. You said it was Outer Wilds, like WILDS?
Yes.
Okay.
Outer Wilds.
Yeah, no. I love that. That sounds great.
Oh man.
Is that PS4 only?
No, it's PS4, PC, Xbox One. I don't think there's a copy on the Switch yet.
Okay.
Oh, I love the artwork for it too. It's beautiful.
It's just a really well done, clever game. There was another.
Dimitri, what have you been playing? I know you're back on Burnout Paradise, but other than that,
Besides Burnout, no. So now I'm playing 2K, right? But before during the summer, I was just doing a lot of Call of Duty and Assassin's Creed Odyssey. That game was very long. I wanted to get through, and I beat it, but it's not worth it. Like the game's fun. That game was extremely long. And then one of my buddies, he was trying to get me to play Rocket League. Yeah, I had a very bad experience on Rocket League. I'm garbage. I just can't play that game. But yeah, that's about it.
I put a lot of time in Assassin's Creed. Like I watched my former roommate play the first one. Like I watched him play through the entire thing. I watched my nephew play the second one, and then I accidentally deleted his save. He took it well. He's just like, all right, you deleted the save. You need to get all my progress back. I was like, all right, I guess I'll do that. And then I didn't do it. I saw the game again. I was like, oh, I'm kind of curious what happens, next, because they showed this cool like cutscene, and I went back and played through like the first Assassin's Creed 2, Assassin's Creed Brotherhood. Was it? Yeah, Brotherhood, Revelation. Yeah, Brotherhood, because I wanted to see what it was about. And I'll tell you, like, it's a tie between Assassin's Creed 2 and Mass Effect 2 for my favorite moment of that generation. Like, they were just like story-wise so well done. Like, but that, like, the twist in 2 is just like still mind-blowing. It was enough to carry me through like 3 more Assassin's Creed games, but they finally did me in at I think the one that took place in France, and I just saw a map that like the map was like, here's the map, and littered on the map were all these side quests and fetch quests. Like you couldn't even see the ground of the map. And I was just like, I will never finish this game. And it was broken on day one release. No. This is one of the only times I went to Amazon. I was like, you can take this game back. Thank you very much. Go ahead, give me my money back.
Is that Unity or Syndicate?
Unity.
Unity, yeah, that one
was trash, right?
That one, like, it had like good like animations, like your character was, but it was bugged out. People say, like they say it was like like they released it unfinished.
Mhm.
But and yeah, now the new that bothers me too. The new Assassin's Creeds, like if you look at the maps, they're just littered with side quests, and I don't know, it's just too much. I like the old style, but I mean it's fine, it's fine.
Now, is anyone here going to be getting the Pokemon DLC? Like, 'cause I think we got another round of it coming out. Oh, Michelle?
What?
Oh,
Hello.
she said Pokemon. She's here.
I'm not. I just play Pokemon Go.
Okay, all right.
So did you play any games during our extended summer vacation?
I started. I have no system that's newer than a million years old. I started playing Kingdom Hearts 2 on the PS2, and then my PS2 stopped working. And then I was playing Phoenix Wright on my
Oh, hell yeah.
PS
Love that one. Love it.
because they're good, and I never finished it. I kind of lost all my brain power during quarantine, so I'm gonna pick it back up though.
Are there any of your kind of old favorites you plan on playing again this fall? Like anything you're looking for?
Oh, can you hear me again? I got my PC. I got a new PC, so my Steam is there. So I have all my Steam games that I need to play because, everybody gets a victim to the Steam sales. So I have like 40 games on there, and I've probably played about 10 of them.
As a primary console player, I have spent at least the last 10 years being so incredibly jealous of Steam sales. Like I would see games that I'm going to pay like maybe $19.99 is the dream. That's what, like, oh man, I got a $19.99 game. And I'm seeing that game go on a Steam sale for 12 cents. Here.
Yeah, exactly.
They pay
Yeah.
you in Steam
Exactly.
sales. They pay you.
Yeah.
Like, how does this?
Yeah, exactly.
Like, I finally have a PC that I think can play some Steam games.
You should be my Steam friend. I'm probably gonna see if I can try Borderlands again. Any of them. I don't know. So, or something. I like Left 4 Dead games, so I might try to throw myself into the pool of 5 people that still play that online.
If they ever come with a Left 4 Dead 3, I might start crying. I love Left 4 Dead. It's the best.
I love
they
Left 4
just
Dead.
did a new update on PC, so it's not out of the question.
Wait, what did you say, Christopher?
Oh yeah, Left 4 Dead had an update literally days ago called The Last Stand, where they added a community-made map. Basically, just was like
Really?
yeah, no.
The original one or 2? 2. I love 2. I like both of them though. So I have like 100+ hours on each of them. I love them. So
Oh, yeah.
I'm just waiting for the next TF2 update, frankly. It's been 2 years now.
yeah, I have TF2 and I've played it like 3 times and I die. Like I don't even kill anybody. I just die over and over and over again.
There's just a target.
And that's what you do.
Yeah.
I should mention, because you reminded me of Steam, and Steam reminded me there was a digital version of a board game I played. I did a lot of that during all this. Like, I like to play board games, and I couldn't go anywhere, and my friends couldn't come to me. So we found like various iterations. Like we were doing like Tabletopia, which has some games on there. But I was playing what is it, Symbols of the Multiverse. Me and my friends have gotten together. Like we've gone through the various iterations where you have a deck that plays a certain way that represents a hero, and you're fighting a villain in a certain area, and they're just like these various combinations you can do of them. And they have like a special mode which they put out I think about a year ago, Oblivion, which is like the 3-hour version of the game where you're fighting the equivalent of Galactus and the world's ending. And we did it on our second try. And I'm telling you, some people got choked up. They got choked up because they played this special victory song for you, and you get to see all the heroes you lost and all the zones that got blown to smithereens. And it's like, oh no, I miss you, Champion Studio. I wanted to save you. Was there any kind of mobile gaming for anybody else? Because I know we're mostly talking about console stuff, but was there any sort of mobile stuff that caught your interest?
I don't know, nothing long term. I've played a few things on and off, but didn't really stick with anything too long. Mostly just because I don't have infinite money.
Yeah, I don't like that pay grind. I don't mind giving them $10, $15 for a game up front. Just don't ask me for any more. We're good. Thank you very much. I'm not going to give you $5 for energy. Nah, it's all right.
Exactly. Speaking of money, what do you guys think now that the new systems? I know we talked about this last week, but are they going to start retailing at $70, like PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X?
I hear that's where the games are going.
Yeah, I've heard that on sometimes. I don't think I've heard it as a 100% absolutely every game's going to be starting there. I think definitely there are probably going to be some games that are now going to be starting at 70, and I don't know how I feel about it. Maybe in the case of games that just are very, very expensive,
yeah,
I can see it. But generally, a lot of games that have that big of a budget have that big of a budget because they're appealing to a very large audience, and that you don't really need to charge extra to get that out of the audience, especially because there's so many games nowadays that will keep themselves alive by microtransactions, DLC. Those kinds of things make it you don't need to start the game at 70. And there's a lot of games that I guess probably one of the there's so many games that start at 60 and then they'll have a $10, $20, $30 DLC that is all but essential if you want to keep playing. But it's DLC and it's technically optional to buy. And you're paying for different work that comes after rather than paying a higher upfront price to then still have the DLC and all that be paid later anyways. I think it's really going to come down to how much people warrant spending money is, because people now there are still DS, namely 3DS games that will still sometimes cost $40, are still full price, and that's full price for a DS game, but full price for console games is $60 usually, and then raising that higher, I just think that's going to kind of, I don't know. I think it might cut some people out from buying games at release because $60 is already a steep upfront investment. Increasing that more is even just an extra $10 is still a higher pay barrier to getting to play things.
I think maybe eventually they'll. Now I don't know if they're going to do this or not, but I can see it maybe just being physical. $70 for something like, let's say, Halo or whatever, Halo Infinite, and then maybe the digital version, $10 cheaper. I don't know.
Because then I feel then that ends up with people who still buy physical end up feeling oh, well, what the hell? Why am I paying an extra $10? Because I don't know. I just feel like it's gonna kind of create then a different issue of, oh, well, why am I now being forced to pay extra?
So
So I don't know.
the only thing is, I don't think we've seen any evidence of that, though, right? Like, we have yet to
Yeah,
see like
it's been like whispers, like, oh, well, maybe things will cost $70 now, but there hasn't really been a solid.
well, I'm not even thinking about the price, but like, we have not yet seen a drop between, like, at least in the AAA field. If they release a AAA game for a price, they are generally not giving us a discount on the digital version. We are not paying more for a physical version or less. Like, it's just like, this is what this game costs, and you get it however you get it. And later on, like post-release, you may start to see a difference between, like, maybe somewhere else has it digitally cheaper than the physical, or sometimes the physical can be cheaper than the digital. But like, at release, we're getting nothing. Like, not that I can see. What do you think, Amy?
I don't know. So
Oh,
sorry, spacing out a little bit. Yeah, I mean, I would hope that like it doesn't matter if it's physical or digital. I buy a lot of physical copies because I like having the physical thing. For whatever reason, I'm into that. Because I always feel like I have to undownload games, and it's like, oh, it's always a process of, oh, what am I gonna actually get off of like my downloaded, and then it just turns into a whole thing for me. So I buy physical. And yeah, if it was more expensive, that would make me pretty upset. And even though it is just $10 more, like just thinking about spending $60 on a game is a lot for me sometimes. And so even like raising that price point is just gonna, I don't know, like it's only $10 more, but like it makes a big difference. Like, so I would hope that's not the case, but I don't know. I also want everybody to be paid fairly. So if the developers need that money, and that's like what's necessary, it's just like a hard thing because it's like I want to consume this. However, it's at a high price point, but it's like I also want them to get their money, and you know, but I also don't know a lot about like dev stuff, so maybe they are.
There's a interesting. I never thought I'd bring this around to like a book of some sort, but I am. I'm gonna do it. There's a book that was released like I think 2 years ago, Blood, Sweat, and Pixels. And it's a guy who he currently works for Bloomberg, used to work for Kotaku, Jason Schreier. And he talks about, like, he looks at the kind of making of a number of games. Like, I know he did for Stardew Valley, what was it? Dragon Age Inquisition, the things that happened with Andromeda, was it Divinity Original Sin, and a couple of other, and he kind of looks at like kind of the making of what goes into the sausage of making a game, and how it's kind of working with these studios. Like the thing that I always remember from Mass Effect Andromeda, like the hard thing for them is like you can choose what sort of like engine you work with, but EA specifically told these guys, all right, we don't want to pay for, I think it was Unity, is not. I think it was Unity. So like, we want to use Frostbite. Like we built an in-house engine for this game. Frostbite was used in making Battlefield, a first-person shooter. They wanted them to make a third-person game about spell sling, like, and it was a hassle, and it was like a pain, and they had to work through it. Yeah, I think it's worth checking out if you want to, like, just if you ever become more curious about like the making of. And he's actually working on a second book now, but I don't know how far along he is with that. I think he's like another year or something like that.
I believe we do have it at the library, right?
I would have to check.
I can make it happen. Don't worry.
Okay.
If we don't have it, we will have it. So
I will admit, like, I'm a little biased. I have officially bought this book 3 times. I got it once. I actually borrowed it from one of our friend reciprocal libraries, and I accidentally got stuck in a rainstorm, and so I had to buy that physical copy of the book from them. I got a second digital copy when they had a sale on the Kindle store. Hey. And
Sorry.
then I bought. Oh, it's okay. I bought as a gift for somebody else, and I was like, "Here, this book is great." So, I really recommend it. Blood, Sweat, and Pickles.
Dimitri, this question's for you right now. A baller like yourself who has pink flowers as a bed. What do you think of the price hike now with the games? I know it probably doesn't mean anything to you, right?
All right. No, I need it to stay the same. Like if we're talking about pricing, I think last time we talked about how the pricing of video games hasn't gone up in like I don't know, like so many years. It goes at like 10 years, something like that. But I think they're just rumors. I don't think it'll go up to 70. I can't afford 70. I can barely afford 60. but I get
It's going to be like a double hit because okay, so you're going to buy let's say $70 game, and then you're going to find out it's 700 gigabytes.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I can't do that. Yeah, it's too much. It's too much. And I gotta buy external hard drive. And I only have four games downloaded onto my it's a whole thing.
So the way you do it now is when you want to play a game, you delete a game, you wait 3 hours, just sit there, and then
Like that's been hitting me a lot because especially on like especially on my Switch and computer because you know space is very limited, games are very big. Sometimes I want to play like something like maybe Pokemon Sword and Shield for just 20 minutes.
Yeah.
I don't really want to play it long, but because it's a big game, I either have to delete something that I would be playing more recently and for much longer, or just go, all right, I guess I'm not playing it.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I will say probably the most important thing I got as a PlayStation 4 owner was a holiday present of a 1.5 terabyte hard drive. That was literally the most important thing I got because that has kept me in the free and clear to continue just putting games on that hard drive. Because it's like Sophie's Choice. If you want me to take something off there, like I could want to play that game that I've never played. Like the moment it's gone, I'm gonna want to play it.
Yeah.
Dimitri's been rocking a 500 gig for it since day one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It wasn't until like a couple of months.
Solidarity. It's painful.
It sucks.
Well, that's one of the things I'm kind of nervous about with the Xbox Series X. I think I actually got the name right. Like they're using proprietary hard drives. At least like PlayStation 5, like you have to, there's specs, but you can just go buy a hard drive and then stick it in there or use external. But like if you want the games to run at the rate that they run at normally, like you have to get special proprietary hard drives for the Xbox Series. And I'm like, I was done with that with the PlayStation 2, guys. Like I was cool, thanks. Like we don't need to bring that back. Like there are many things from that era I would love back. NBA Street Volume 2, yay. Like little flashcard hard drives, no.
Yeah, that's true. And I miss those street games, by the way.
Oh,
I
I
was
love
a big fan.
give me some NFL Blitz from back in the day.
I feel like I'm a bit different in that regard because what I know the PS2 most for is a lot of the RPGs that were on it, like a lot of the old Shin Megami Tensei games, you know, things like Kingdom Hearts. There's just a lot of good RPGs on there.
Yeah,
Just a lot of good games in general from that era, you know.
Yeah, I remember like when I was in college, like we just would like people come crowding to our room because we had a big TV, and they just at all times a day playing NFL Blitz. Oh man, Troy Aikman, who there's no pass he could not do, and the Bears defense at its peak.
You talking about Tecmo Bowl? What are you talking about there?
No, Blitz 2000.
Blitz. Okay, all right, never mind. Tecmo Bowl. That brings me back. When I was about this big. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see like EA bring some of those back. Like remember, like NFL Street, NBA Street. Those are some times.
I found a quick piece there talking about like the increase in video game prices. I just shared in the chat, and you can kind of see the like kind of the adjustment for price over time. And also pointed out like there were $70 cartridges like at one point like in early gaming. Like I don't remember that.
SNES, Genesis. Sometimes I remember those games like Final. I remember when like Final Fantasy 3 came out. Chrono Trigger.
Oh, Chrono Trigger. Oh man.
Oh man.
I will tell you, if you go to my calendar, I actually have listed in there, like as an important date, the day Chrono Trigger was released in the U.S. Like my girlfriend was looking like, "What? Did this game come out today? Are you gonna buy it?" Like, no, I already bought it. Like, 20 some
Years and years ago. It's just that good.
Yeah, it's oh man,
One of my all-time favorites.
it's great. Dimitri, have you ever played Chrono Trigger?
I don't even know what that is.
Man,
I'm sorry.
close it. Press X, man. Get out of here.
I know.
Get out.
I'm embarrassed. Now I'm leaving. I gotta leave.
Don't be like I barely know anything about like Call of Duty. Like my nephew, when I go visit him, like he has insomnia. He'll just stay up all night playing Call of Duty, and I'll try to stay up with him. And at some point, I just gotta tap out. But he's doing things, and I'm like, sure, you can do that. I have no idea what you're doing. You know where this stuff is. You got your crew. Like,
No, yeah, I'm a COD fanboy.
What,
So
are you allergic? Are you allergic to good games? Is that what's going on? Is there
Come
a
on.
condition, man?
Come on.
ouch.
No, I'm just stuck in
I
the
try to
past.
help him out. He doesn't listen.
I know.
You don't
I
listen.
know. I like what I like, dude. I don't know.
Man,
Call of Duty's fun. It's just
bad.
been disappointing us for like 7 years now. That's all.
Call of Duty. Listen, I just can't. Like, it's like it's literally like 250 gigabytes.
I know.
You know what I mean? It's,
Yeah. That's also too much. Yeah, whatever. It's fine. Fine. The new COD is coming out, I think October or November. That's
I think
usually
so.
when it launches.
Yeah, Cold War.
Yeah.
Looks fine, but
I don't have high
I don't
hopes.
yeah, I don't know. I feel like my time with Call of Duty kind of ended once I got into Titanfall because it's like, wow, this is probably the only first-person shooter normal, quote-unquote, first-person shooter I need. Like, if I want more specialized things like TF2 or things like that, yeah, but for like, just give me a gun, I go out into an arena with like 8 other people, and then we fire bullets at each other. It's just I feel like Titanfall kind of fills that for me, and it's probably going to continue to for a while.
Yeah, that's true. I heard that. Yeah, a lot of people say the same thing, that the series is getting a little stale on Call of Duty's end.
It's like, because I feel like in terms of like the games with movement mechanics, there's other games, Titanfall, that do that better. In terms of just like the, trying to stay grounded and realistic. Again, other games do that better. It feels like between the 3 different studios, they all have different ideas of what they want the series to be, and none of them quite. I guess like a lot of people would say they haven't really had it for a few years. It's like the design has kind of like shifted away from what a lot of people used to think made it fun, and just I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know. It's different now.
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know. Like, it just got annoying after a while when you just honestly you respawn and you're dead. And I think that's.
Oh yeah, no, that was an issue in the last few so bad. And it's like you'd think the game that like made its history on making like these honestly quite small arenas with overfilled with players, and yet you could still last a few moments after spawning to at least understand where you are and where you could potentially be attacked from before you're already dead. And then sometimes you hit spawn, and because you spawned near someone who was getting shot at, a bullet flies and hits you in the head, and you're already dead.
Yeah, exactly.
The thing is, I'm wondering with like games like COD, like these yearly releases, Call of Duty, the football, and like the sports games. Like they're just these certain franchises that seem like they're too big to fail. Like I honestly think if those higher price points ever become the norm, like I would argue the best chance the studios have is to start with those games. Because like Dimitri, you said this franchise has been disappointing you for 7 years. You said 7 years, I think was the amount you gave.
Yeah.
Have you been playing it for those 7 years?
Yeah. At least I buy it. I buy it, and then if I don't like it in a week, I'm done with it.
One more,
But they got your
one
money.
more story. One
They
more
got my
story.
money.
One more Dimitri story, okay? This is it. Before we go, okay. One more Dimitri story, okay? True story. If I'm lying, come over here and you could beat me up right here, okay? In front of the camera, they can watch, all right?
All right, what is it?
We went, me and him, all right? We went. This was, I don't remember what year it was. We went to Black Friday shopping.
I know it is.
All right, Black Friday shopping, okay? Where everything is on sale. Everything is on sale. I go there. It was one specific reason. I don't remember. What was it, like 7 years ago? Something like, I don't know. I was getting a TV or something. I'm like, you know what? I got nothing to do. Let's go wait and get a TV. Out of everything there, what does he get? Something that is not on sale. He paid full price for Call of Duty on Black Friday.
Yeah, I paid for a game full price.
Yeah,
on
he
Black.
waited outside. I'm like,
That's
wait a minute.
unfortunate.
It is unfortunate, but
I'm like, wait a minute. I'm like, well, I realized it after a while. I'm like, are you paying full price?
you know what? It's fine. All right. Come on.
True story.
Yeah.
True story.
Sucks.
But I think that's going to be the way. But look, you paid full price for that game. Like you paid full price. Like if they're going to get people to start paying like $70 for a game, I think they're going to start with them. They're going to start with those group who are just like, man, yeah, this game's not as good as it was last year anyway. And they're going to buy it. And they'll be like, oh, we got them. And then we'll slowly rope in everyone else.
That sounds like a good plan. 'Cause I know for a fact I'd probably still buy it. But, you know.
No, the company execs are listening in on this call. They're like, write that down, write that
I
down.
know.
Cody, play stat. There we go. We're the trendsetters now. So, sorry, gaming industry.
I don't know. Well, last question before we go. Did anybody pre-order any of the new systems? Will, come on. Why are you disappointing me, man?
Why are you doing
Yeah,
this?
I haven't pre-ordered anything yet. I'm probably just gonna stick with like my PC for a little bit and kind of just ride it out a little bit until they get a bit cheaper. Because I don't have the ability to drop to $500 like that. Not yet.
I currently have pre-ordered a controller, a charging base, a game, a media remote for the PS5. I'm only missing one thing for the PS5. Only one small. What do you think? A PS5. I can't. I keep looking. Like my phone has alerts right now. Like it gives me like as soon as one of these things come into a store, and I got nothing.
Listen,
Gus, on the other hand,
I'm gonna be the first kid on my block with PS5. I was determined. I told you I was determined. I didn't do anything crazy. I just kept refreshing Target, and I got it.
I thought I was ready. Shows what I know.
Now they could cancel it or whatever, but hopefully not. So.
So I don't know if we're going to be meeting in 2 weeks because I think they have another meeting going on.
Okay.
So I think we'll be back in probably a month.
Okay.
I don't know what we'll talk about, but there'll be more game stuff by then.
Hold on, 1 month.
Hopefully.
That'd be
28th.
the 28th.
Okay.
So.
All right. That will be about 2.5 weeks before my PS5 comes to my house. Why?
I will let you know how.
I will hold it up.
It'll
probably be like this big. I don't know how big it's going to be.
It's supposed to be a big boy. It's a big boy. Like it's like the little like square box of the Series X is like, and then the Series S is like Like it's a Wii size system.
Yeah, no, I think. Okay, I guess we didn't mention that at all, did we? The two different versions of each system.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's an interesting concept. Personally, it's just
I think it's smart, actually.
yeah, because
Yeah.
people who don't really care about the disk drive are just going to get the small digital version. I mean,
Yeah.
like it's going to be cheaper. It's going to be about as powerful. There's no really reason if you don't care about the disk drive and the slight differences to really get it.
I think for the PS5, the only question that comes up is like they have not like etched in stone what's happening with backwards compatibility for digital stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Yeah.
that seems more tenuous. Like it seems more straightforward with the Xbox, but with the PlayStation, you got digital copies, good on you. Like
Yeah, they've been really iffy about that. Honestly, I guess part of it is like the PS4 wasn't really backwards compatible. PS2 was quote unquote backwards compatible. Like
so I think part of that is
PS3,
like
quote unquote,
PS3,
my
yeah.
bad.
Like according to like from what I hear the studio heads, they keep saying like overall backwards compatibility is a feature that a lot of people say they want. But when they crunch the numbers of people actually using the backwards compatibility, those numbers start to shrink. And they shrink down. And they're like, why raise the price of our product? Why go through all this for like a small minority of gamers? But I don't know. I used to work at a library. I remember like they were trying to make space. And they decided, you know what? We've got these PlayStation 2 games here. It's not like this at this point the PlayStation 4 was already out. And they're like, we don't need to have these things anymore. Let's just go ahead, phase them out. Like they're not the circs aren't that like that they could see the circs weren't that much. All of those games were back in a week. Because the moment they left the shelves, kids like, where'd the PS2 games go? Where'd they go? Like, what are you doing? Like, we want those games. Like, what are you talking about? Like, what do you mean you want those games? And like, yeah.
Yeah, I guess part of it is like people when they see them, they think, oh, well, I can get that whenever I'm ready to. And then seeing that option taken away, they're like, oh, well, what the heck? Like, I wanted to do that eventually. Like, regardless of if given, no matter how much time they were given, they'd ever truly do it. They know they want to eventually. They just don't know when. So, they want the option really more so than the fact that they'd ever do it.
All right.
We'll talk about more about that like next time. We'll have a lot to talk about next time, I think.
Yeah. It was good seeing everybody here.
Yeah.
This is fun talk.
All right, yeah.
Well, I expect a PS5 next time. Michelle, you got to get one too.
I am not. I have a PS3 now, so
Baby steps. All right.
We're getting
in another like 10 years, I'll get one.
Around the time of
here's the
PS7.
last.
Exactly.
That's right. I have to be like the 2 systems behind. That's my brand.
All right, guys. Good talk with everybody.
Good night.
Bye, everybody.
All right.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.